जय गोपी जनावल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे। जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम। जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत्सद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत महाराज स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत्सद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की। नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की। नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। गंगा माई जमुना माई की। सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from 10th canto. This is chapter 59. And today we have 3 shlokas, 27, 28 and 29. So in 29 we have purport, so we will recite 29th shloka. त्वं वै सस्रक्षुर उत्कटं प्रभो तमो निरोधाय बिभर्ष्य संवृतः स्थानाय सत्वं जगतो जगत्पते कालः प्रधानं पुरुषो भवान् परः त्वं वै सस्रक्षुर उत्कटं प्रभो तमो निरोधाय बिभर्ष्य संवृतः स्थानाय सत्वं जगतो जगत्पते कालः प्रधानं पुरुषो भवान् परः त्वं वै सस्रक्षुर उत्कटं प्रभो तमो निरोधाय बिभर्ष्य संवृतः स्थानाय सत्वं जगतो जगत्पते कालः प्रधानं पुरुषो भवान् परः त्वं वै सस्रक्षुर उत्कटं प्रभो तमो निरोधाय बिभर्ष्य संवृतः स्थानाय सत्वं जगतो जगत्पते कालः प्रधानं पुरुषो भवान् परः तं वै सस्रक्षुर उत्कटं प्रभो तमो निरोधाय बिभर्षि संवृतः स्थानाय सत्वं जगतो जगत्पते कालः प्रधानं पुरुषो भवान् परः त्वं वै सस्रक्षुर उत्कटं प्रभो तमो निरोधाय बिभर्षि स्थानाय सत्वं जगतो जगत्पते कालः प्रधानं पुरुषो भवान् परः माताजी त्वं वै सस्रक्षुर उत्कटं प्रभो तमो निरोधाय बिभर्षि संवृतः स्थानाय सत्वं जगतो जगत्पते कालः प्रधानं पुरुषो भवान् परः word to word meanings. Tvam, you. Vai, indeed. Sisṛkṣuḥ, desiring to create. Ajaḥ, unborn. Utkaṭaṁ, prominent. Prabho, O Master. Tamaḥ, the mode of ignorance. Nirodhāya, for annihilation. Bibharṣy, you assume. asaṁvṛtaḥ, uncovered. sthānāya, for maintenance. sattvam, the mode of goodness. jagatāḥ, of the universe. jagat-pate, O Lord of the universe. kālaḥ, time. pradhānaṁ, material nature, in its original undifferentiated state. puruṣaḥ, the creator, who interacts with the material nature. bhavān, you. paraḥ, distinct. Translation. Desiring to create, O unborn Master, you increase and then assume the mode of passion. You do likewise with the mode of ignorance when you wish to annihilate the universe, and with goodness when you wish to maintain it. Nonetheless, you remain uncovered by these three modes. You are time, the pradhān and puruṣo, O Lord of the universe, yet still you are separate and distinct. Purport. The word jagatāḥ in the third line of this verse indicates that the functions of creation, maintenance and annihilation are here mentioned in a cosmic context. The word utkaṭaṁ indicates that when a particular function is being carried out, whether universal creation, maintenance or annihilation, the particular material quality associated with that function becomes predominant. गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हे श्री सनातन प्रभो करुणाम्बुराशे, हे रूप दुर्गत जनैक दयावलोक, हे भट्टयुग्म सुमते रघुनाथ दास, श्री जीव में कुरुत मंद मतेर दयांतरात्। यत्कीर्तनं यस्मरणं यदीक्षणं यद्वन्दनं यच्छ्रवणं यदर्हणं लोकस्य सद्यो विधुनोति कल्मषं तस्मै सुभद्राश्रवसे नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। यो अन्तःप्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। हृदयस्य प्रेरणया प्रवर्तितोऽहं वराकरूपोऽपि तस्य हरे पदकमलं वन्दे श्रीचैतन्यदेवस्य। हरे कृष्णा। So today we are discussing the 10th canto, 59th chapter, the killing of the demon Naraka. So the context is that Krishna has already married Krishna has already got 8 marriages. Now he is going to marry the another 16,100 princes. So this chapter deals with that, the killing of the demon Naraka. So one of the name of Krishna is Bhuri Karmana. He performs many acts through one single act. So if you see this one particular pastime, Krishna has performed many things through this one particular act. He has to kill Narakasur, who was like a headache for the demigods. That was one. Second thing, he also had to marry the 16,100 princes. So he accomplished that also through this. And another thing is that he also had to satisfy Satyabhama. So once Narad Muni came and he presented one parijat flower. Parijat is a heavenly tree, and he presented the flower of that tree. It's very fragrant to Rukmini. And when Satyabhama came to know that, she became very morose. And Krishna, just like a hen-pecked husband, he said that okay, she has got a flower, but don't worry, I will give you a tree, entire parijat tree. So he also had to bring this parijat tree from the heavenly planets. So this also he accomplished through this. So it's called Bhuri Karmana, one who performs many acts through a single act. So here in this chapter, Krishna is marrying 16,100 princes. Now this chapter begins with the coming of Indra to Dwarka. So Indra comes to Dwarka and complains that there is a heinous demon called Narakasur. And this Narakasur is so proud of his powers that he has stolen the kundals of Aditi, the earrings of Aditi, Mother Aditi. And he also stolen the chhatra, the umbrella of Varun Dev, and is creating havoc in the heavenly planets. Now somebody may ask, that stolen the umbrella, so umbrella is not such like costly commodity that you go and complain to Krishna. Imagine one fine day I come out of the prasadam hall to find my chappals are missing. And I go and complain to Chief Minister Yogi that sir, my chappals are missing. So it appears to be like, and for the demigods, kundal is also not a big thing, that they can get many kundals. We hear that Jambu Nadhem is there. There is a river called Jambu Nadi, and from there on the banks, lot of gold is there. So there is no scarcity of gold in the heavenly planets. Neither there is scarcity of umbrella. So why is this Indra coming and complaining about the stealing of umbrella and kundals to Krishna? So point is that it is not a simple umbrella, or these are not simple kundals. This umbrella is a sign of victory. It is a sign of sovereignty. The same white umbrella was put on the top of Yudhishthir Maharaj after he performed the Rajasuya sacrifice. So it's not a simple umbrella, it represents something. Just like we have a national flag, it represents the pride of the nation. Few days before, I heard that the Khalistani supporters in Britain, they brought down the Indian flag, and there was a huge hue and cry about this issue. So it is not just a piece of cloth, it represents the entire nation. It represents the pride of the nation. Similarly, the Chhatra, the umbrella which Narakasura brought from Varun Dev, it represents the sovereignty over all the planets. And that is why it was put over the Yudhishthir Maharaj. So Varun Dev, he was very upset. So Indra came on his behalf and complained that Narakasura is creating havoc. So Krishna ordered his his carrier, bird carrier, Garud, to come. And he sat on the back of Garud. And he also took Satyabhama along with him. And they went to Pragjyotishpur. Pragjyotishpur is the present day Tejpur of Assam district. It was that time called as Pragjyotishpur. Prak means earlier or in the former times, or it also means eastern. And Jyotishpur, this is the city where Jyotish art is very famous. Jyotish science, the science of astrology is very famous. So it was called Pragjyotishpur. So they went, both of them. So Krishna and Satyabhama sitting on the back of Garud, they went there. And there they saw the fort of this Narakasura was protected by many things. Like first there was like rocks were put, rock enforcement was put. So Krishna destroyed that rock enforcement through his Kaumudiki Gada. Then there were weapon enforcements which were put. So Krishna destroyed that with his sarang bow. He destroyed all that. And then there were protected layers of water, wind and fire. So Krishna destroyed all that with his Sudarshan Chakra. And after that, there was another big demon. His name was Mura. Krishna is also called Murari or Muraripu because he delivered this Mura demon. So this demon, he had 5 heads and he has 7 sons. So he attacked with a big trident, he attacked Krishna. When Garud saw that, Garud could not tolerate that. So he started fighting with Mura demon. And later the 7 sons attacked Krishna. So Krishna started fighting with the 7 sons. And Krishna, in the event that followed, Krishna delivered the Mura demon along with his 7 sons with his Sudarshan Chakra. Now when Narakasura came to know about this, he came running and he started fighting with Krishna. And Krishna delivered him also. After that, Mother Prithvi, Bhumi Devi, she came and started offering prayers to Krishna. So today's slok 27, 28, 29, they are the part of the prayers of Bhumi Devi. So after she offered the prayers, Krishna went to the inner chambers of Narakasura to find that there were 16,100 princes that were abducted by Narakasura from various parts of the world. They were brought. And Krishna told them, okay, now you are free, now you can go back to your parents' kingdom and you can live there peacefully. But the tradition of that time was that people, it was very rigid. So if some girl is staying out of her home to someone other's home, then she was not accepted by the society. And another point was that as soon as all of them, the 16,100 princes saw Krishna, they gave their hearts to Krishna. Within the core of their heart, each of them simultaneously, individually accepted Krishna as their husband. So Krishna is there within everyone's heart, so he accepted all of them as his wife. And he dispatched all of them to Dwarka. Later on, in a single moment, in a single muhurta, Krishna married with all of them. Means Krishna expanded into 16,100 forms. Not only Krishna expanded, all the relatives, Vasudev, Devaki, other queens, and Balramji, and all the other things like Barbar and all those things who are needed in the marriage ceremony, they also expanded into 16,100 forms. And it's not that Krishna has saved them from such a difficult situation, so they were treated like slaves. No. Just like the 8 principal queens, these 16,100 queens, they also had their own separate palace that was built by Krishna. And in each of those palaces, Krishna used to enter in a separate form. And each of those palaces, Krishna used to perform different pastimes. You see, the mystic power of the yogis is such that they may expand into many parts, but each of those forms will do the same thing. For example, when you go to buy some television in a television shop, so in that television shop, many TVs are kept, but all of them are playing the same channel. Have you seen that? So just like there are many television, same thing is going on. Similarly, when the yogis of this world expand, the yogeshwars, they expand, they do the same thing through all those forms. But Krishna is different. He is Yogeshwareshwar. So by his mystic potency, incomprehensible potency, expanded into many forms, and each of those forms is to perform different activities. Like once Narad Muni visited all of these palaces, and in one of the palace, Krishna was playing dice with his wife. In another palace, he was talking with Uddhava. And in another palace, he was arranging for the marriage of his sons and daughters. So these things were going on. So this is the power of Krishna. This is the mystic opulence of Krishna. In Lalit Madhav, Rup Goswami mentions that who were these 16,100 wives of Krishna. So actually these were the same Dhanyadi Kanyagan who were worshipping Krishna to get, who were worshipping Katyayani to get Krishna as their husband. Katyayani Mahamaye Mahayoginyadhishwari Nandagop Sutam Devi Patim Me Kurte Nama. In 10th canto we hear in the Chirharan Lila that this Dhanyadi Kanyagan, they were worshipping Mother Katyayani. They were saying, "Oh Mother Katyayani, you are the mistress of all the mystic opulences, you are the controller of the material world, please make the son of Nanda Maharaj my husband. All obeisances unto you." So they were worshipping Katyayani. Later on, when Krishna went to Mathura, they could not tolerate the separation from Krishna, and they started worshipping Kamaksha Devi to get Krishna. In the midst of all this, Narkasur abducted them, kidnapped them. So this is the history that Rupa Goswami mentions in Lalit Madhav. Of course, in somewhere it is mentioned that it is of different kalpa, so whatever. So these 16,100 queens, they were married by Krishna, and Narkasur was killed. This Narkasur was the son of Bhumi. Bhumi, that is why his another name is Bhaumasur. So when Lord Varahadev was protecting the earth from the waters of the Garbhodhak ocean, he was lifting the earth from the waters of the Garbhodhak ocean. So this Bhaumasur, Narkasur was born by the contact of Varahadev and Bhumi Devi. So Bhumi Devi is the eternal consort of the Lord. We hear that Shri Devi and Bhu Devi. Shri Devi is Lakshmi and Bhu Devi is this Bhumi. Actually she is an expansion of Satyabhama only. Satyabhama expands into Bhu Devi. That is why Krishna also brought Satyabhama along with her, because he had to kill his son, her son, and he could not kill without her permission. So when Narkasur was attacking Krishna, Satyabhama told Krishna, kill him, like that. So he got an order from Satyabhama, who was like the mother of Narkasur in different expansion. So he killed. So this shows that how much Krishna is equal to everyone. He killed his own son. And this Narkasur is the son of Varahadev and Bhumi Devi, but still he became a demon. Why? Because of the bad association. Bad association with Banasur and Divid. And Divid was also an associate of the Lord. If you hear the associates of Lord Ramchandra, his name comes first. Divid Mayand Neenal Angad Gad Bhaktas, like that. So Divid is the first, like his name is mentioned first. He was one of the monkey general of the army of Lord Ramchandra. But he started associating with the Rakshasas. So he developed envious feeling towards Lakshman, and he became a demon. And because of his association and the association of Banasur, this Narkasur, Bhaumasur, he became Narkasur. He became a demon. So this is how powerful the association, bad association is. It can destroy all the good fortune, it can destroy all the bhakti within the core of our hearts. That is why when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asked what is the conduct of a Vaishnava, Vaishnav K, then he told, Asant Sang Chhade Ei Vaishnavasar. The conduct of Vaishnava is he leaves the bad association. Because the result of the bad association is that it corrupts the mind. So bad association doesn't mean the association of some bad person or some person who is agnostic towards the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also tells what is the bad association. He says, Krishna Bhakta Kasadhu Asat Sanchad E Vaishnavasar Krishna's Stri Sangye Kasadhu Krishna Bhakta Ar. One who is too much attached to the opposite gender, he is one type of asadhu, abhag. And who is not a devotee of Krishna, he is also a sadhu. So asatsang, we should leave this asatsang. So asatsang not only means some person, it can mean any situation, any place, any circumstance, any person who drags our consciousness away from Krishna. That is asatsang. It simply doesn't mean that some person whom we are associating with. It can mean as simple as mobile. That is also a satsang, if we don't use it properly. The entire garbage of the entire world is just available at our fingertips. To download the entire garbage and put in our heart. So devotees need to be careful. It is such an important item that in Upadeshamrit, NOI, Rupa Goswami mentioned it in 2 shlokas. That what 6 things needs to be done and what 6 things need to be avoided. In both of those, Rupa Goswami mentioned this. So we should protect ourselves from asatsang. So any place, any situation, any circumstance, any person who sucks our consciousness and puts it into the material world, that is asatsang, in simple words. So this Narkasur, he got the asatsang, so he became like that, he became a demon. And after his death, Bhumi Devi is praying to Krishna. Now Bhumi Devi is the mother of Narkasur, Bhaumasur, and she is praying to Krishna that, thank you Krishna, you killed my son. Imagine. She is praying to Krishna that thanks for killing my son. So this is the attitude of the devotee. A devotee always sees the hand of Krishna in whatever situation that comes in his life. We have a tendency in this material world to enjoy, and that is why we cannot accept the things when they go the way which we don't want. Correct, right? We want happiness in our life, we don't want the miseries to come. But the nature of this material world is that they are sure to come. They will come. So different people, they may react differently to this emotional trauma. Some people start fighting with the situation. Some people become depressed. Some people become angry at the cause of that distress. There are some people who say, I quit. Some people commit suicide. So the same tendency continues when we come to bhakti. When we come to bhakti, we say that, okay, now I have become a devotee of Krishna, so everything should be nice in my life. My children should become the toppers of their class. And my business should flourish like anything. And I should get all the reputation in society. But it doesn't happen like that. This process of bhakti is like curing the disease for the material enjoyment. It's just like entering a hospital. So when we enter the hospital, we cannot expect that our disease will be cured immediately. It will take some time. In fact, many a times when we enter the hospital, the situation may become worse. I remember that I was treated for this ACL ligament. So we went, they started cutting different places, and they started injecting different pipes, so on and so forth. And finally I was lying on the hospital bed and they were asking, how many painkillers do you need? So lot of pain. So a patient cannot expect that he will get well very soon. Immediately he will get well. No. There has to be some time. Some time gap has to be there. And he has to expect some misery before it gets better. Similar is the case with bhakti also. When we come to this to the process of bhakti, many times we don't want the reversals to come in our life. We say, Krishna, okay, power is yours, but intelligence should be mine. You do what I want in my life. Here is a list of things that I want. Okay, sometimes a devotee, we understand that we have to get purified, so some problems have to come in life, but here is a list of the problems. But the point is that Krishna has his own list. And that list may not match with our list. So Krishna is an expert doctor, and he gives whatever is needed at that particular time. So if misery is needed, he will give that. If happiness is needed, he will give that. So an intelligent devotee is one who accepts the will of the Lord. Anyway, the situations of this world have to change. They are ought to change. Even if we are devotee or if we are non-devotee. There have to be problems in our life. But the important thing is that if in those problems, if we develop some relationship with Krishna, so that relationship we remember for our lifelong and maybe beyond life also. Many a times I have talked to various devotees and they were telling that this problem came in my life and so my bhakti became so nice like this. I developed dependence on Krishna. If such problem would not have come in my life, I would not have developed dependence on Krishna. So problems have an integral role to play in our life. And the way to accept the mercy of the Lord is to join ourselves with the will of the Lord. Brahmaji says this in 10th canto. Tatte nukampam susamikshamana bhunjan evatma kritam vipakam Hridvak vapubhir vidhan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaya bhag. That when the problems come in our life, then sincere devotee, he thanks Krishna. And he considers the problems as a result of his own karmic activities. And he offers the obeisances with heart, with words and mind. And such a person is fit for liberation. Liberation becomes his birthright. Daya bhag, the word is used. So if one accepts that problems in our life as the mercy of Krishna, then he is sure to move forward in the bhakti. Many devotees, they say, why Krishna has given me such a problem? I have become devotee of Krishna, I am chanting so many rounds. No, this problem should not come in our life. There are others who quit bhakti also. There are yet others who first blame Krishna and then thank Krishna also. So whatever we do, we should not quit bhakti. We should continue on because it is meant for our purification. We should understand that Krishna is the controller. So whatever is happening in our life is because of the will of Krishna. Nothing can happen in the life of anyone without the will of Krishna. And Krishna is our supreme well-wisher. So this faith, this gratitude towards Krishna is what makes a devotee move forward in bhakti. So here Bhumi Devi is exemplifying that. Bhumi Devi is thanking Krishna. She is offering her gratitude towards Krishna for killing her son. And in today's shlok, so we have 3 shlokas. She is praying. So today's shlokas are little technical. We may sleep also. Okay, so read 27 number shlok. Namo bhagavate tubhyam vasudevaya vishnave puruṣāya dibijaya purnabodhāya te namaha. Te namaha, I offer my obeisances unto you. So here 6 words are used for Krishna. Bhagavate, to Bhagavan. Vasudevaya, to Vasudev. Vishnave, to Vishnu. Puruṣāya, to Puruṣ. Adibijaya, to Adibij. And Purnabodhāya, to Purnabodh, I offer my obeisances. To Bhagavan. So Bhumi Devi is offering obeisances to Bhagavan. So Bhagavan refers to one who possesses the 6 opulences. Aishwaryasya samagrasya, Viryasya shriya, Jnana vairagyosya Shadvir bhag itingana. So these are called 6 bhag. Aishwarya means having the incomprehensible potency. So you see in this pastime, Krishna exhibited this inconceivable potency. He married 16,100 wives simultaneously, expanding into 16,100 forms. And later he built 16,100 palaces for each of them. And there he entered in 16,100 forms. So this is the inconceivable potency of the Lord. So some people say that Krishna is very lusty. Many people complain that why he has married 16,100 wives. The point is that Krishna is not lusty. Krishna is lover. He loves his devotees. So different devotees want to reciprocate different feelings with Krishna. There are some devotees who want to become servant of Krishna, so Krishna mercifully agrees to become their master. There are some devotees who want to become the friend of Krishna, playmate of Krishna. Krishna becomes their friend. Some devotees want to nourish Krishna as their child, so Krishna becomes their child. Some devotee want to have conjugal feelings with Krishna, so Krishna becomes their lover, he becomes their husband. So here 16,100 devotees of Krishna, they wanted to serve Krishna as wife. So Krishna very mercifully became their husband, but he is not lusty. There a similar kind of shlok comes 3 times in Bhagavatam. Uddama bhava pishunamala valguhasa viridavalokanyato madanopi yasam sammuyacha pamajamhat pramadottamasta yasyendriyam vimatitum kuha karnasheku. The wives of Krishna, they were very expert in the feminine gestures. Their beautiful, bashful smiles, bashful sideline glances even conquered Cupid. And Cupid had to give up his bow in frustration. But these ladies, they cannot attract the attention of Krishna. Yasyendriyam vimathitum kuhkair nasheku. They cannot trouble the senses of the Lord. This goes to show that Krishna is not attracted by their feminine gestures. Krishna is attracted by the devotion, by the bhakti that is there in their heart. So this is by his incomprehensible potency, by his Aishwar, he expanded into 16,100 forms to reciprocate with their feelings. So Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya. Krishna is very powerful, strength. Somebody can lift 50 kilogram, 100 kilogram, but Krishna can lift Govardhan on the tip of his tiny finger. So Viryasya, Yashisha is very famous. He is so famous that even the non-devotees wanted to prove that Krishna does not exist. He is so famous. So Yasha Shriya is very opulent. Somebody can say that I am Lakhpati, I am Karodpati, I am Kharakpati, Arabpati, Kharakpati, but Krishna is Lakshmipati. So all the wealth in the entire cosmic manifestation belongs to Krishna. Ashwashriya Gyan, he is full of knowledge, and Samagrasya, in full, and Gyana Vairagya. Vairagya means renunciation. Renunciation we see in this episode. Krishna killed his own son. We see that everybody loves his son more than others, but Krishna killed his own son because he became headache for the entire world. So he is equal, equanimity, his renunciation comes in this pastimes. The Nag Patnis also pray the similar thing. Nyayo hi danda kritikil visheshmin tavavatara khala nigrahaya ripo sutānām apitulya drishte dhatsye damam phalameva nushanshan. The Nag Patnis, they are praying that, O Lord, you have done very rightful that you have punished this offender. Actually your avatar, your incarnation is for curbing the cruel and envious. And you are equal to your son and to your enemy. So in this episode we see that Krishna killed his own son, but if the enemy is faultless, then Krishna will reward him also. Like we see in the case of Bali Maharaj. He was like an enemy of demigods, but he rewarded him. Correct, right? We see that Krishna killed Jarasandha through Bhim, and then he enthroned his own son, Sahadev, on the throne. So he is equal to his enemies. In fact, dhamam vidatsye phalameva nusansan. He is more merciful to the enemies. He gives his own abode to his enemies. Whoever he kills, he gives his own abode. So whoever is killed by Krishna gets sayujya mukti. Have you seen somebody who fights with someone, gives him a tight slap and says, go, my apartment is empty, go and live there. But Krishna is like that. That is why in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is called Hatari Gatidayaka. He gives the gati to one who kills, whom he kills. So it's called Hatari Gatidayaka. So here she is addressing Lord as Bhagavan, Bhagavate. Then Vasudevaya, I offer my obeisance unto Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. So Krishna is very proud to call himself as the son of Vasudeva. We see in the Mujkund episode, Mujkund asks that what is your name? Then he says, people call me Vasudeva. Very proudly he says, people call me Vasudeva. So Krishna is very proud to call himself Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva, Vasudevaya. And Vasudeva also means he is the basis of all the living entities. This is another meaning. He is the basis of all the living entities. Why he is the basis of all living entities? Because he is Vishnu. The literal meaning of Vishnu is all-pervading. One who pervades the entire cosmic manifestation, he is called as Vishnu. Aparichinna. Aparichinna means one who is not limited. For example, I am sitting here, but at the same time I am not in Goshala. So this is called limitation by space. I am sitting here now in 2024, but I was not in 1930. The way you see me like now. Correct, right? So this is called limitation by time. So parichin means limitation by the conception of space and time. But Krishna is aparichin. He is beyond all the conceptions of space and time. He is all pervasive. Now many times the Nirvisheshvadis, they have a problem. They say something that is all pervasive, how can that thing have a form? For example, air is all pervasive. So how can that have a form? That is why they disregard the form of the Supreme Lord. They say whenever there is form, there has to be limitation by space and time. So if there is some absolute truth, he has to be beyond form. But they don't understand that Krishna's form is not material. It is Satchidanand. It is all pervasive, and at the same time he has a form. Even in the material world we see there are certain things which are all pervasive and still they have a form. For example, the electromagnetic waves. They are all pervasive. But if we have an instrument, we have a mobile device or a laptop, we can capture those electromagnetic waves and see the form, the information that is there in that waves. here is a material thing that is all pervasive and it has a form. So how can the spiritual thing, spiritual substance, why can't we agree that it can be all pervasive and have a form? So he is all pervading and he has a form. So Vishnu means all pervading. Not only Krishna himself is all pervading, his glories are also all pervading. When Krishna was there on this planet Earth, personally, his glories were spread far and wide. All the heroic deeds that he performed in his childhood, they were spread far and wide. How he delivered Putna, Trinasur, Aghasur, Bakasur, so many demons in Vrindavan. And then he went to Mathura and delivered Kamsa, all the wrestlers, and Jarasandh, he defeated so many times. So this news was spread far and wide. And not only his heroic deeds, the beauty of Krishna, the sweetness of Krishna, the way he deals with his devotees, all these things were spread far and wide. There were devotees like Narad Muni and many other sages who quickly used to spread this information all over the entire universe. Although there was no internet or WhatsApp or Instagram, but this news was quickly spread throughout the entire universe. What heroic deeds today Krishna performed, how Krishna dealt with his devotees. So it was spread very far and wide. Not only the sages, even the common people, they used to sing the glories of Krishna doing their household activities. Like we hear 10th canto Bhagavatam, the gopis, we hear in the 9th chapter 10th canto, how Mother Yashoda, she is churning the butter and singing about the Krishna. Yani yani ha gitani tadbala charitani cha dadi nirmanthane kale smaranti tanya gayata. She was smaranti, thinking about the childhood pastimes of Krishna. What about pastimes he did? And in her own way, she used to compose the songs and she used to sing it for herself only. We also hear the same thing when Uddhavji went to Vrindavan. He was sent to Vrindavan by Krishna. There he saw that the gopis, they were churning the butter. At the same time, they were singing about Krishna. Udgayati nam arvindalochanam vrajangananam divamasprishatvani dadnasya nirmanthana shabdamishrito nirasyate yena dishama mangalam. So the ladies of Braj, while churning the butter, they were singing about the beauty of Krishna, the lotus-eyed Krishna. And the sound of their song blended with the sound of the churning of the butter. And this sound ascended in the sky and dissipated all the inauspiciousness of all the directions. So the glories of Krishna, they are also spread throughout the entire world. So he is Vishnu, all-pervading. Not only he is all-pervading, his glories are all-pervading. So he is all-pervading and he is Purusha. Purusha means one who sleeps within the Puri, he is called Purusha. Puryam yah shete iti Purusha. One who sleeps in a city. So this body is also called city. In the Puranjan Upakhyan we hear that is called the city of 9 gates. The 9 hosts, they are compared to a gate, and this body is compared to a Puri, to a city of 9 gates. So one who sleeps in this Puri, he is called Purusha. So this body is also called Purush, and the Puri, and this universe is also called Puri. So one who sleeps in this universe as Karnodaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and who sleeps within the heart of all the living entities as Paramatma, he is called as Purusha. Sleeps means he is the controller, he is the owner of that place. Not that he is simply sleeping, just like somebody goes in hotel and sleep. So sleeping means he is the owner of that place. Now somebody may say, Arey, this material world comes from Prakriti, so actually the Prakriti should be owner. So he says, no, Adi Bijaya. He is Adi and he is the Bij. Adi means he is the Prakriti and Bij means he is the Purusha. He is the Upadan Karan and he is the Nimitta Karan. 2 words come in the philosophy. One is called Upadan Karan, another is called the Nimitta Karan. In any activity we perform, there are two causes. One is the instrumental cause and another is the ingredient cause. For example, if you make a pot, then the ingredient for this is the clay. So the clay is called the ingredient cause. And the instrumental cause is the cause that brings about an action. So the instrumental cause is the potter who is making that pot. So Upadan means the ingredient and the instrument means the action or the cause that brings about an action. So in the Vedic philosophy, these two are one. The abhinna, the upadān karan, the upadān karan and the nimitta karan, the ingredient cause and the instrumental cause, both are same. They are not different. This is the difference between the Vedic philosophy and the Abrahamic philosophy. Abrahamic philosophy, like Christian, Judaism and Islam, they say God is separate and the universe is separate. God created this universe. But according to Sanatana Dharma, God is the universe. He is the creator, He is the created. This is called as Vedanta. Abhinna nimit upadān karan. The instrument cause and the ingredient cause, they are same. Krishna only transformed himself into this material world. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bhumirapanulo vayu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankaram itiyam me bhinna prakritirashtata. This earth, water, fire, air, ether and the mind, intelligence, ego, they are my separated energies. Then he says, apareya mitastvanya prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabhaho yayedam dharyate jagat. There is yet another energy of mind that is superior to this material world, who is enjoying exploiting the things of this material world, that is Jiva. So he is the source of the material energy and he is the source of the marginal energy, the puruṣa. He says that I am the creation, I am the dissolution. Prabhava pralayastata etad yonini bhutani. Like he says that I prabhava pralayastata, I am the origin, I am the dissolution. So all the energies, they come from Krishna. And energy and energetic, they are not different. You cannot separate energy from the energetic. Whenever there is some energy, there has to be some energetic associated with it. For example, we are sitting here and all of a sudden a stone comes. It breaks that glass and comes here. Immediately we will see that who has thrown that stone. Correct? Right? So whenever there is some energy, there has to be some energetic associated with it. We are sitting here, we are feeling cool air. So there is some object localized in space, that is this fan, that is producing that energy. We are in the night, we are switching on the tube light, so there is light energy. So there is some object that is put on the wall that is releasing that light energy. So whenever there is some energy, there has to be some energetic, and energy and energetic cannot be separated. For example, when the sun sets, we cannot capture some of the rays of Krishna. We cannot say that I will capture some rays of Krishna in a small box. We cannot do like that. So energy and energetic cannot be separated. And Krishna is both energy and the energetic. This is Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. So he is called as Adi Bijaya. He is Adi and he is the Bij. Bhagavatam gives the example of a spider, Urnanav. Just like a spider, it creates the web from his own saliva. So the ingredient is coming from the spider and a spider is only weaving that web. So he is the ingredient cause also and he is the instrumental cause also. He is the upadān karan and he is the nimitta karan. This abhinna nimitta upadān karan is called as Vedanta. So he is Adi Bijaya. And don't think that because he is the creator of this material world, so he is dull like material world. He is Purna Bodhaya. He is Purna Bodh. He is omniscient, Sarvagya. He knows everything. What is happened in the past, what is happening now, and what will happen in the future. Vedaham samtitani vartamanani cha arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaśana. So Krishna knows everything. He is omniscient. He is Sarvagya. He is present within the heart of all the living entity as a Sakshi. In 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, many witnesses have been mentioned. But Krishna is the ultimate witness. Surya, Agni, Kham, Marud, Gava, Soma, Sandhya, Hani, Disha. Many witnesses have been mentioned. Surya, the sun, Soma, the Chandra, the moon, Marut, the air, the presiding deity of the air, and Gava, the presiding deity of the senses. Like that list has been told. But Krishna is the ultimate witness. If nobody notices, still Krishna is noticing. So he is the ultimate witness. He is called Purna Bodhaya. So don't think that if you are doing something in a closed room, nobody is watching. Krishna is watching. So atheism doesn't mean that we don't believe in God. Atheism means that we do something that is told not to do in a separate room. We think that nobody is watching. Just like if we are in the assembly of devotees, we don't do something that is undesirable. But we tend to take to this habit within a closed room. Why? Nobody is watching. So this is atheism. Don't think like that. Because he is Purna Bodhaya. He is watching everything. Te namaha. All obeisances unto you. Then second shlok. Ajaya janayitresya ब्रह्मणेऽनन्तशक्तये परावरात्मन् भूतात्मन् परमात्मन् नमोस्तुते. To Ajaya, to the unborn. So Lord is called as Aja, unborn. But then why do we celebrate Janmashtami? If he is unborn, why do we celebrate Janmashtami? The point is that Krishna doesn't take birth like all of us. The birth of Krishna is different. The living entities in this world take birth on account of their karmic reactions. Karmana davanetena jantur dehopapattaye striya pravishta udaram pumsah reto kanashraya. Kapil Dev says that the living entity in this world is forced to take birth on account of his karmic activities. But Krishna is not forced to take birth. He comes on his own sweet accord. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaro hi san prakritim swamadhisthaya sambhavami atma maya. That although I am unborn, ajaḥ, ajopi san avyayatma, I am imperishable, and bhutanam ishvaro hi san, I am the controller of all the living entities, still taking the help of my internal energy, Yog Maya, I appear in my own transcendental form, Krishna says. So coming of Krishna is different from the coming of living entities. Prabhupada explained this by the analogy like a governor enters a prison and a prisoner enters the prison. So both of them enter the prison, but their entering are different. Krishna is not bound by the modes of the material nature. He is beyond the modes of the material nature. But the living entity, on account of his karmic reaction, is forced to take birth, to enter in the womb of a mother. So this is the different. We see in Krishna Leela, in Janmashtami Leela, then when Krishna took birth, he did not enter through some semen. He entered into the mind of Vasudeva. And from the mind of Vasudeva, he was transferred into the mind of Devaki. And after that, when he took birth, then there was no pain for the mother. He just took birth in his he just appeared in his four-armed form. Shankha, Chakra, Gadadhar was there in those four arms, and he had a beautiful lotus-like eyes, and there were curly lock hairs on his head. We see in this world people, the children, they are born naked, but Krishna was having beautiful clothes, the Kaustuba jewel, and all the jewelry all over his body. And he was having beautiful hairs on his head. So this is how his birth is different. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvatah. That his birth and his activities, they are divya, they are transcendental. They are not like this of this world. So it's called his birth and activities, they are divya. And right when he took birth, when he appeared, he started telling the lives of his own parents, previous to lives of his own parents. In this world we see when the children is born, they are ignorant, they are like good for nothing. In the villages, when the small kids, they go for the fair, for mela, the children, the parents, they put a chit in their pocket. In that chit, they write the name and the village and the phone number in case they get lost. So they are ignorant. But here is a child who is born and he tells about the activities of his own parents, what they were in the previous two lives. So this is how the birth of Krishna is different. They are divya, it is transcendental. So he is called as Ajaya. So although he is unborn, but still he is asya janaitre. He is the progenitor of the entire cosmic manifestation. He creates this cosmic manifestation. Nowadays we have many theories regarding creation, but they involve highly improbable assumptions, which are very difficult to believe. So the intelligent, or any person who is intelligent, he will believe that this world has come from some person. It's not has come by some chance. So he is asya janaitre. He is the progenitor of the entire world. Then he is called as Brahmane, Brahma, and he is called Ananta Shakti. The Lord is referred as Ananta Shakti. He is not referred as the possessor of Ananta Shakti. He is referred as Ananta Shakti. You are Ananta Shakti. Means the Shakti and Shaktiman, they are non-different. That philosophy should apply. And he is Par Avar Atman. Par and Avar means the high and low. So he is the Atma. So because he is not different from his energy, he is his marginal energy and he is his material energy. So Par and Avar. So we see many great demigods like Brahma, Indra, Chandra. So he is the super soul within their heart. and he is their Atma. And we see that he is Bhutatman. He is the capability of the Panch Mahatatvas, the Panch Mahabhut. Then he is called as Paramatman. He is the Paramatma. So the Purusha avatars, they are the Paramatma. Karno Dakshaya Vishnu is the Paramatma, super soul of the Mahatattva. And the Garbho Dakshaya Vishnu is the super soul of the universe. Shuro Dakshaya Vishnu is the super soul of the individual living entity. So he is called as Paramatman. And today's slok we read that he accepts the modes of the material nature for creation, maintenance and destruction. So actually whatever creation that will end in 2-3 minutes. So creation, whatever he does, it is for the benefit of all the living entities. He has nothing to do with the modes of the material nature. He has nothing to do with the cosmic manifestation. But still he creates this cosmic manifestation for the benefit of all the living entities. The propensity of the living entities in this world is to enjoy separate from Krishna. So Krishna gives this material world, like okay, in this material world you can become something like me, you can become a controller, you can become a proprietor. But the point is, all the attempts to enjoy in this material world, they are baffled by the material energy. So in order to teach this lesson to the living entity, Krishna creates this material universe. Okay, and then he is called as kālaḥ pradhānaṁ puruṣo bhavān paraḥ. You are Kal, you are the controlling energy, you are Pradhan, you are Purush, but still you are beyond that. So he is Shakti and he is Shaktiman. Okay, so we'll end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Samved Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitaya Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Hare Krishna.